Let's bring in Judith Miller, a Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative reporter and author, and a Fox News contributor. Ellen Ratner is also with us, bureau chief for Talk Radio News Service, also a Fox News contributor. Ellen, are you sad this morning?
Well, I'm tired. I'm not so sad, but I have to tell you that I think the media needs to hold both candidates' feet to the fire in terms of election promises, in terms of what their agenda is. And that's what the media's responsibility is, not to support one candidate or the other.
Is there too much fawning in the media, Judy?
Well, in general, there is, but I thought that last night was really an amazing night. It was not only a historic night in terms of the nomination of first woman as the head of a major party to perhaps become the next president of the United States, but also, frankly, it was just a better show than the Republicans put on, and we weren't expecting that. We were expecting the veteran hero of The Apprentice to be able to organize a great show, but it was kind of a mess. And the Democrats were so well scripted. Their primetime speakers actually appeared in prime time. Their nominee did not step on the lines and the appearances of some of their top speakers. And the charismatically challenged Mrs. Clinton managed to pull off a rather extraordinary speech that kind of listed her own accomplishments, which we've come to expect from her, but also went after Donald Trump in a very passionate way. So if you don't like her and you love him, you hated the speech, but most more Americans watched that last night than watched Donald Trump. So I think you have to say that so far, and I agree with Ellen, we have to hold both candidates' feet to the fire, but so far the Democrats have just done a better job.
Almost, well, Ellen, I guess because Hillary Clinton has been running for president effectively for 20 years, it's almost lost on me that it was a groundbreaking moment. I mean, she was supposed to be the sure thing candidate in 2008, and she didn't get there. The fact that we've nominated, I mean, maybe it's because I'm a man, but the fact that we've nominated a woman, it just didn't seem like such a big deal because it's Hillary Clinton and she's been running forever.
Well, maybe, but you know something, as you know, I work in Africa, and they have said to me many times, oh, you guys will never have a woman president, you'll never have a woman nominee. They are still, you know, stuck way back when, and so for them, for us to have a woman nominee and perhaps a woman president, it's amazing to them. So some parts of the world still think it's amazing.
And the camera captured, you know, I mean, tears streaming down the faces of some of the women in the audience last night, Judy. Obviously, there is an impact that is somewhat lost on me.
Well, you are a man, John, and of course what the Democrats are counting on are women like me who've been working for equality of pay and women's rights for a long, long time and have thought that one day we might see a woman president. So it was a very, very powerful moment. But more than that, look at the themes of the speech. You know, Jonah Goldberg, a conservative columnist, said that the Democratic convention was all about the love of country, and the Republican convention was all about the love of Trump. And there was a very powerful difference there, and also in tone. The Democrats were all about patriotism, a sea of flags, finally on the last night. And the Republicans, uncharacteristically, were very dark and down on America, and it gave the Democrats a huge opening. So this is really a role reversal in terms of party. It was an amazing performance comparing these two conventions.
Is that going to be reflected, Ellen, if Judy is right, that the Republicans have suddenly become, you know, a party darker in tone about, you know, optimism in the future? Is that going to be reflected in the media coverage that we're going to see from here on out, that the Democrats are sunshine and rainbows and Republicans are not?
I don't know what the media is going to do with it, but I will agree with Judy, because I was there, that the Americanism, the American flags and all that was much more prominent in the Democratic convention than the Republican convention. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the media this morning, but I don't know if that has been reflected in there, but it's clear.
Let me interrupt you, though. I mean, there were no flags on day one on the Democratic podium, and Donald Trump even tweeted about it. And after he tweeted about it, all of a sudden flags started appearing. Now, whether that was intentional or not,
well,
I don't know.
apparently the Democrats responded to the criticism, but boy, did they recover. Hillary Clinton in white walked into a sea of red, white, and blue. Flags, placards, signs. It was just astonishing. Never mind the appearance of so many military people, veterans. Finally, you saw law enforcement in huge numbers, and the last night was just a celebration of the men and women who keep our country safe, which,
including that patriotic Muslim, right, Judy?
Absolutely. That was, I think, one of the most powerful moments in terms of television, when you saw the father of the fallen Lieutenant Khan, who had given his life to save those of his units. He was 27 years old. He was a Muslim. He was the son of an immigrant, and the father stood there, held a copy of the Constitution, and said, Donald Trump, you have sacrificed nothing. Here's the Constitution. Read it. I'll lend you my copy. It was very powerful. The mother of the Bronze Star mother in hijab.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a very different look at how you keep the country safe.
We're going to have to leave it there. Judy Miller, Ellen Ratner, thank you.
Thank you, John. Thanks.